All right, so we are here for part one of my awards, I guess, edition of the second annual Sly Hooper into the regular season NBA award show. That was a long title. But anyway, we move. So this is going to be part one. I want to break down or break up the groups of awards into two different videos based on, I guess importance, for lack of a better word, because obviously the big awards, the big kahuna awards, like the Defensive Player of the Year, Most Valuable Player, Rookie of the Year, those will be in the second part. For this first part, I want to, this is the debut of the Clutch Player of the Year award, so I had to rank that as well. And then, of course, Sixth Man of the Year, and then Most Improved Player. I'm going to list the top three choices for each award. They're all going to be top three choices except for MVP in the second part of this award show. So for this first part, let's start off with the Clutch Player of the Year award. And it should be a no-brainer. De'Aaron Fox is number one. He completely lapped the field when you look at all the clutch numbers, whether it's true shooting percentage, even advanced stats, just anything related to the last 5 minutes of a game where the game is within 5 points or less. De'Aaron Fox was clutch time and time and time and time again. It was just a no-brainer. Somebody who made a late run at De'Aaron Fox for the Clutch Player of the Year award, I have number two, Joel Embiid. And if you actually look at Joel Embiid's clutch stats, they are pretty fucking good. And there is like a chart that is floating somewhere on Twitter where they basically track the stat of win shares in the clutch and, how far De'Aaron Fox lapped the field, and then making a late charge, because the graph was evolving throughout the season. Making a late charge was Joel Embiid, and he made a late push all the way to second in that stat. And then, of course, the clutch defensive blocks, the clutch defensive plays, the game winners. He had 6 game winners this year. Embiid was just superb in the clutch, and he'd be second on my list. And then third, I have Jimmy Butler. That was the main constant through Miami's inconsistent season. Jimmy Butler was just great everywhere once again. Let's move on to Sixth Man of the Year. Number one, I have Immanuel Quickley, and I've talked about Quickley before on this channel, but his importance to the Knicks, how he was able to step in when guys were out, which somebody brought up this point the other day. Part of being a good sixth man is when guys are down, you have to be able to step in and fill the role and perform at expectations or above expectations, and Immanuel Quickley did that a lot for the Knicks this year. He actually, especially post Josh Hart trade, started being in more closing lineups over RJ Barrett. Immanuel Quickley was just excellent and one of the best defenders in the NBA. So Quickley was first for me. Number two, I have Malcolm Brogdon, who was just always steady for the Celtics, knew how to run the Celtics system, just plug and play. The efficiency numbers were great. He was crucial in their rotation. Malcolm Brogdon is second on my list. And then number three, I have Bobby Portis. Portis damn near averaged a double-double coming off of the bench, and he had a little shooting slump to start the year, but his three-point shot regulated back to around 37%. He is just obviously another key piece for the Milwaukee Bucks whenever they go with their 3 big lineups. Portis and his utility allows the Bucks to play many different combos and big combos. Obviously, Giannis is a big part of that as well, but having somebody that is Bobby Portis' size and somebody that could just get a damn double-double off the bench like that is immense production for the best team in the NBA, so he was third on my list. Most improved player, and I feel like the paradigm on the criteria of most improved player has changed, especially since Ja Morant won it last year. To me, that's not the spirit of the award. Like, to me, if there is a clear all-star that is going to border on into a superstar, like, to me, that's not improvement, that's expected, and that's not the spirit of the award for guys like who I thought should have won last year, Desmond Bane, who is somebody who was projected to just be a shooter and maybe a secondary ball handler. And then last year, he just made a leap to where it was apparent he was going to be more than that. guys like Tyrese Maxey, DeJounte Murray, obviously. Though my ballot last year did not have John Morant on it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on it. So without further ado, here's my top 3 for most improved. Number 1, I have Lauri Markkanen. And then number 2, I have Jalen Brunson. And then number 3, I have Mikal Bridges. I thought all 3 of these guys showed improvement, showed that they can be more than what their projected ceiling was at the time last year was, if that makes sense. Mikal Bridges, just as the year went on, and then especially when he got traded to Brooklyn, just showed that he could be way more than a 3-and-D guy. Even going back to last year, he showed flashes of that, but he really put it together this year. Jalen Brunson took a giant leap in his game and played like an all-NBA level guard, which, you know, if you looked at him last year, yeah, he was a great compliment to Luka, but I don't think any of us, and I was one who thought that the contract was actually good at the time for the Knicks when they signed Jalen Brunson, and I didn't even see this coming. But Jalen Brunson really improved. And then Lauri Markkanen, man, all you need, like I did in my video a few months back about Lauri Markkanen, all you need is a coach that will lean into your skill set and use you properly and get all the confidence in the world to expand your game with that foundation in place. And Lauri Markkanen just showed out this year. Was an all-star this year. The Jazz for a long time were flirting with making the play-in tournament when they were projected to tank for Victor Wembanyama, but the dude averaged an efficient 26-8 on 50% shooting and 39% from 3 as the number 1 option. It was just a really impressive year from Lauri Markkanen, and just vaulted himself into a guy who's going to be a cornerstone for the Jazz. So Lauri Markkanen is my most improved player. That is it for my awards show part 1. Wanted to keep this video kind of not running too long, given that these were, you know, not the lesser awards, but, you know, we all know the awards that everybody really cares about and wants to know how the voters, whether they have fake ballots or actual real ballots, they want to know how they went. So I'm just going to end the video right here. Stay tuned for the awards part 2, and we'll see you there.